Well, good morning. It's Saturday morning. I haven't put a video up in a couple days and I need to get that done. So I'm just going to record the process of what I'm about to do. So stay tuned. Well, down here in my basement, in the joint, the way that I've been rolling is I've got this like executive desk that I sit my computer on for, working from home or for editing these YouTube videos or whatnot. The only problem with it is that it really is not conducive to my setup now. And the biggest problem with it is that I got these long legs and the underneath there is not big enough for my legs. So the other thing that I wanted to do is to combine and figure out an area where I can combine all of my work things and all of my YouTube things and all of my guitar things and my 3D printer and the Cricut machine all into one place. That way I don't have stuff scattered all over the house. So that's what we're about to do. We're gonna go buy some lumber and we're gonna build a desk. So here's my bill of materials. This is how much lumber it's gonna take. You can see over here I've modeled the whole thing, that way I know exactly how it goes together. Let me see here. This is exactly what it's gonna look like once it's done. Well, okay, minus the colors. I color coded all the pieces, that way when I cut them I can know where to put them. So what I've got going, this is why it's always good to have a plan, is all the pieces that it's going to take I copied over here, gave a measurement, and then they're all color coded so that I know where they go once the desk starts going together. Let's see, let me rotate this view back around. Here we go. Yeah, so something like this. Now my 3D printer is going to go back here. I've got room for 2 monitors. My filament's going to go down here. I'm going to put my stereo receiver down here. That way I can have it, all in one area. The 3D printer cabinet's going to go away. This desk is going to go away. That shelf over there is going to go away. It's going to be nice. Okay, well, let's see if you can see it back there. I got all the lumber in the back of the truck, and I'm gonna get my hand out of the shot here. It's just funny. You live in a big town, and you still bump into people. Actually, as I'm loading the truck up, I hear this guy holler, "What a piece of crap truck!" It's my buddy Dave. I mean, he lives around here. It's just, you don't really expect to bump into people at Home Depot because there's just so many people here. So that was kind of a nice little treat to bump into an old friend here. So, boy, I need to get the shaver out. Anyway, we're gonna head back home and we're gonna start cutting some lumber. I did have to call an audible. I was gonna use 4x4 posts for the corners and supports and stuff, but they were $25 a piece, and if I just sandwich or laminate 2x4s together, it was $2 a piece for the 2x4. So I'm gonna have to make some adjustments to my cut dimensions, I suspect, because a sandwich 2x4 doesn't quite measure up the same as a 4x4, but that's okay. I can make that change, no problem. So let's go ahead and head home. Alright guys, so another thing that I just realized I had to call an audible on, and this probably wasn't for cost, this was just for ease of installation and stuff, but instead of doing a top out of 1x10s and 1x12s, I decided to just get an extra piece of sanded plywood, and then what I'm going to do is stop off here at Harbor Freight, and we're going to buy a router, because this is one of those purchases that I've been putting off for a really long time. There's been several times where I needed it, but then I thought to myself, am I ever going to need one again? And then, you know, months go by, and then yes, I do need one again. So now I need one, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to bite the bullet. We're going to go into Harbor Freight and get a router. Alright, well, we got done in Harbor Freight, and I picked up this little router here, and it's President's Day weekend, so I actually had a 20% off coupon in my email, so boom, not too bad. I got that whole setup there, the router and the extra bits for less than $70. I think it was about 63 bucks, so hey, I ain't complaining about that. And it's something I've wanted for a while and I've needed for a while, so hey, this is my excuse, right? Alright, now, let's head back to the house. Okay, so here's all my long legs. Now I have a couple of shorter legs that I need to cut up. Those are 1'4½", I believe, but I'm gonna go look. So stand by. Okay, so it's 1'4½". Now, I was about to measure and cut. However, these little leftover scraps down here, I decided to just see how long they are, because maybe I could use those. Guess what they are? 1'4½". So I don't have to make any more cuts for this. So I'm just gonna gather these up and then keep making some cuts. Actually, what I'm gonna do once I get these done is I'm gonna use my nailer and just brad nail them together, just so that it's each one is one post rather than two individual 2x4s. Okay, let me get the backlight right. Well, I got all my legs, and then what I've got is my nailer and some nails. I have to fire up the air compressor here, and let's get to work. But I figured, you know, it was very important to get a pipe going for this part. So here's what's gonna have to happen now. Stick you guys up here, and I'm gonna get to work. Okay, so the legs are all ready. They're all cut and they're all nailed together. And you know, nobody said this was going to be a fancy desk. It's going to be a very industrial looking desk. But that's, I don't know, for the spot that it's going in, it's kind of the look I'm going for anyway. So what I need to do next is get these legs downstairs, and then I need to take a picture. I need to cut some more pieces, and then I need to take a picture of a couple of plans for the shelves because I need to cut those out. So that's what's going to happen next. Stand by, I gotta check measurements again. Okay, I've got my shelf cut off and I got the corners marked out that I need to take out for the posts, so I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the jigsaw. Okay, there's one shelf done. Let's take this downstairs. Okay, next shelf coming up. This is 2'1" by 4 feet, so I can just cut 2'1" off of this piece and be good. Then cut the corners out. Do the same thing over again. Let's get at it. this one downstairs. Alright, so here's what's next. We gotta do 2 of these shelf pieces. So, we're gonna start taking some measurements and get them cut. Ready to go. We're getting really close. Now let me take you guys out of here. So we got all the shelves built. Shelves are all built. Now I just need to start cutting some 2x4s to frame up the top. And then I'm going to go start assembling it in the basement. I'm not going to do the top until the base and all the shelves are in. So we got a couple more cuts to make here, and then we'll go downstairs and start doing this. Okay, well, we got everything cut except for the top that we need. So it's time to get this shelf out of the way, and the safe is going to stay put because it's bolted down. But the refrigerator over there, we need to get out of the way. I'm probably going to have to take that cabinet down off the wall, but we'll see. That's where I keep my pipes and stuff. But now that this desk is gonna all be over here, I'm gonna go find a nice, I don't know, a nice glass encased cabinet to put all my pipes and tobaccos in. I think that will be kind of cool, but I gotta get this done first. So probably just gonna set up the camera back here somewhere, do a time lapse or something. I don't know, we'll see. So let's get it on here. Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna have a seat because I've been up and down off the floor a bunch. But the desk itself is taking shape. I need to get the top put on now. However, you can see that it looks quite a bit like what I had in my model. There were a couple of things that I screwed up in my model, but it wasn't. It was not deal breaker type of stuff. So I just had to shorten up a couple of boards, like these ones here and here and over there. Those ones. I just shortened them up by about an inch, just because I got some dimensions wrong. But overall, it's going together nicely. The only thing that I'm not sure of now is that this desk is 4 feet deep, and my stairwell, you go up it and go around 180, and I don't know I don't know how easy it's going to be to get a piece of plywood down here that size, to be perfectly honest. So I might have to cut it into chunks before I bring it down here, just so that I hopefully can get it to fit, because, you know, I don't know. Anyhow, and then the other thing is that I want to router it off and then sand it. But I kind of want to do that either with it all as one piece or after it's been attached here. If I do it after it's been attached here, it's going to make an unholy mess down here, but I suppose if that's the only way I can do it, that's the only way I can do it. So it has started to snow outside, which is awesome. So I get to go put my coat on and hang out outside and measure out this top and cut it out. So let's go do it. Holy crap, man, it was beautiful earlier this morning, just a couple of hours ago. Now it's snowing. Okay, guys. All this up and down and up and down and up and down is really starting to wear me out. But things are coming right along. Now, as I'm looking at it, I can quite plainly tell that I need to do some work on squaring up the legs and stuff, but I can manage that. I'm out of breath. The good news is everything is down. I managed to get the top down here without having to cut it into multiple pieces. So let's have a look at that. Alright, so we've got the new Justin's Joint home office here. Now, the top is not fastened down and the legs still need a little bit of work, but I'm going to adjust that here shortly, probably before I fasten down the top. So anyway, the battle continues. We are about to be victorious, though. Alright, guys, there's my new desk. There's my old desk, which is going to go away. This is the new one. Right here. The fridge is going to go right there. And then I'll have a place for all of my other random crap. I need to drill some holes back in the top for just random cables and whatnot. And then I'm gonna have to take this thing down because my 3D printer likely won't fit. No, it definitely won't fit there, and that's where it's supposed to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit here. We're gonna get set up the new desk, and then we'll just show it to you once everything is all said and done. So stand Bye. Alright, today's video has been very low tech. Straight up recorded onto the phone. No mics, no special gear, no nothing. But I feel like this has been a pretty productive episode of Justin's Joint. Now, I'm about to flip around and show you pretty much the finished product, and it is exactly what I wanted. Something that can hold all the things that I had scattered all over this basement. My workstation, my 3D printer, my YouTube stuff, a refrigerator, some whatever, all kinds of stuff. So here we go. We are going to flip around and debut the new workstation. So let me just turn this camera around and we'll get a good look here. Okay, so there's where the desk used to be. Okay, you can hear the family moving around and making noise upstairs, but that's alright. So there's where the tobaccos and the pipes wound up for now. And here is the new setup. The 3D printer is on the table back there. Little receiver for the music is there, and speakers, monitors, fridge. My audio equipment is right here, and then there's a spot right here for my amplifier. And then around the side, where the 3D printer is located, I have room underneath for storage for my filament container. And now I've got shelf space all up in here, so that I can keep stuff. And then I got these shelves pretty much filled up. And then I also have a fridge for which I can keep ice cold beer, or pops. Well, guys, here we are, the end of the day, and the desk is done. I've got everything set up the way that I want it to be set up, and I have to tell you, I couldn't be any more happy with this, because I'm sitting at my desk. This is very comfortable. I'm not sitting at this little wobbly table anymore, although to be fair, I'll probably still record videos from that little table. But this is just so much more comfortable. I don't know. I just like it. So anyhow, that's the end of the video. So now I get to edit it down. And see you later down here in Justin's Joint.